Welcome back to the podcast where we explore health, transformation, and reclaiming vitality, confidence, and pleasure. I'm Dr. Mike from Australia, and today I'm joined by transformation and holistic wellness guide, Lyndel O'Brien. Welcome and thank you for joining us today. Lyndel helps women reclaiming not just their bodies, but their confidence, sexuality, and self-esteem. Really transforming lives from inside out. Lyndel, welcome.
Thank you, Dr. Mike. I'm excited to be here and share and have these conversations because they are so needed. Women deserve to know that reclaiming their intimacy, confidence, and self-esteem is absolutely possible, and they can experience it as well, and it's so much more than just the physical.
So I forgot to tell you that I've worked with Lyndel for many, many years. In fact, we were sharing the clinic and we have had amazing and incredible results with our patients and clients. So I'd like to really understand with the depth of what you call inside out transformation. Because most women think changes is about diet, fitness, and looking amazing. But you work much deeper, aren't you?
I do.
And please share with us what that really looks like and sound like.
Yeah. So it's all about reconnecting with the mind, body, and spirit. I like to look at all facets. So, if we're working together, we can look at diet or how it's working for you or not working for you, doing detoxes. But it's really about that reconnection of all the facets of who you are. When women feel disconnected in their bodies through trauma and childbirth, or just neglecting themselves through life's like needing you to be things and be everything to everyone other than you, it creates a huge ripple effect, which isn't always positive. So inside out transformation is about healing on all those levels and recreating belief systems that are much more aligned. It could be about that worthiness. I'm worthy of investing in myself. And that truly happens through all of this work and how we bring it all together. And that's where the lasting change can happen from all spaces when we're looking at holistically.
Look, I think it would be really interesting to share with us some women's transformations and stories. I know you've worked with so many women by yourself, and I've joined with you as well, looking after the medical and the physical aspects. So it was really helping our audience to how this can apply to them. And it would be extremely important to show the combination between the physical and the holistic for this total transformation and how this combination can change someone's life.
Yeah. Absolutely. So one of the clients that we had spent years feeling pain and disconnection after childbirth, which I think a lot of us can relate to. After treatment, she not only experienced relief physically, but my guidance also allowed her to reclaim her joy. And this is something that I think so many of us as women and mums tend to lose because we're just so in the grind. So reconnected with her partner again, and even showing up differently as a mother and, in the workspace because she had just had so much more confidence. Transformation is inside out, because we looked at all those facets. So, just the energy and intimacy that she then had for life shifted.
Yeah, look, with treating over 4,000 patients, I can say that I've seen it all. I've seen from having the pain of intimacy or the pain during intimacy, and I've also seen the numbness where they can't feel anything. And I always say, if what happens to your genitals, if 10% of this happened to your heart, you'd be dead long time ago.
Man.
So it's important for us to really be realistic and understand the tolerance of our tissues and how we can regenerate it. And it is our right to really explore all possible available ways, medical ways that works for the best of their satisfaction. So it's about the holistic element. It's about how we can connect the mind and the physical. You often talk about energy, self-connection and empowerment. So how does that fit into the sexual wellness?
Well, sexual wellness is an element of our energy. For women, we store so much in our stomachs and in our sacral and in our pelvis and where we create life. And when that is closed off, we lose the ability to create in life and have creativity. A lot of what we've talked about, I've experienced all myself as well. So, I try to guide from a space of what I know because I've been through this. I've experienced pain and incontinence and all the things. So it's coming from a place of deep empathy. But when we help women reconnect where, their sensuality, their ability to feel joy and pleasure, which a lot of us don't allow for ourselves. We think there's, it's taboo. So they awaken their creativity, their intuition, their joy, and we help them shift any shame around their ability to receive pleasure. And that in itself brings so much empowerment. So their physical healing comes from a true soul level transformation by merging the two together.
So I published a book recently which is Unleash the Mysteries of Female Orgasms. And it's in 400 pages.
Mm-hmm.
And
who knew there was so much to learn?
there's a lot to learn, and women go through a lot of motions and changes. And at all stages, it is essential for us to get the best of who we are and maintain our connection to our pleasures that releases our best hormones for the best enjoyment of our brain creativity. That's how our body works. So regenerative medicine, and it's the medicine of the future, and we have some tools that help us to really embrace and regenerate the best of our body. So recently, the achievements of high sensuality can be achieved, and women can tell me, is that a thing? Is that a thing that I can reach a deep whole body orgasmic state? And this is when Dr. Reynolds came up with the O shot, which stands for the orgasm shot or the orchid shot, or the O spot shot. He compares the orgasm to an orchid, and it's a beautiful explanation of how this is.
Opening up.
It's incredible. Yeah. It's the most incredible explanations. It's the sensitivity and the sensuality of the word. It expresses a whole life story. So this is how women regain their pleasures intensely, where every inch of the body interacts. So what is now called the vagina pacemaker, where it initiates all these impulses that create a whole body orgasm.
Wow.
So it's beyond the pain. It's beyond. It's like I'm a musician, and I like when my maestro says, tune your violin higher and higher and higher to the best tonality of who you are. So it's expressing energy that is shared with your partner on all levels. So really, again, ask you the same question again. How do you see all this working together? We know it because we've done it on many, many patients. And we know it because we were satisfied and loved what we do with the results that kept partners together and women loving their lives. They come and see me and say, oh, look, I see my entire world differently now. It changes your perception of life. How do you see this happening again? We need to share this with all our audience.
Well, the O shot can restore the physical function. So, sometimes the mental might be there, but if the physical is not working because of the trauma or because of the childbirth or the incontinence or whatever. So this is about then merging the gap of those two things together. And like we talked about, when you are able to experience pleasure in such a way, again, or maybe for the first time ever for some women, that is lasting transformation, because the ripple effect of the endorphins and all the things that then are happening in the bodies, you feel alive again, when a lot of people felt like that wasn't possible for them.
So sorry to interrupt you, but I had yesterday a 63-year-old, and she says, for the first time ever,
Wow.
I'm reaching my pleasures.
Wow.
And the 43-year-old, she come and say, well, look, I cannot feel anything. She owns a gym, she's a wellness coach, talking a lot to people, and for herself she can't. A sexologist said the same thing to me.
Wow.
What is this? I can talk, I can tell people how to get better, but I am not functioning well. Yeah. So it's time for everyone to believe in their body.
Yeah.
And connect with their body and understand the function of their body, that it's their birthright
100%.
to achieve it.
100%. Yeah. And I guess through these medical interventions, like you're saying, we're opening the door, and then the guidance of the allowance, because even with the physical aspect being there still might be those inner dialogues of not truly being worthy of having this pleasure, which they know they didn't have before or didn't have access to. So that's sort of where we merge those together. So we're helping guide them from the physical and the emotional state, so that they can fully receive that. And obviously, like we've said, it integrates and it shifts every part of their lives.
Look, I hear from you that it's way beyond intimacy. It's a whole life impact, whole transformation from the inside out. It's that change in sexual health that impact every part of their lives, their career, their parenting, their loving all their joys. So it's a whole life impacts, and yes, it is a thing. And yes, we can get everybody on our path, and that's our role and our mission.
Yeah.
So confidence is everything. And I'm also a cosmetic physician, and I call it confidence physician. Self-belief, self-esteem. Do you really see that too?
Yeah. When a woman feels empowered in her body and her choice, and she becomes unstoppable, an unstoppable version of herself. And ultimately, through transformation, I want women to feel empowered in themselves, in the decisions that they're making, because when we feel empowered, we will make better decisions, and we will create for ourselves. It's that whole methodology of what we focus on, we create. So if she's in a much better state, she's going to create more positive things in her life, versus if she's in a negative state, she's going to get more of that. So
Absolutely.
That's what that ripple effect then comes from doing all of this. So pleasure is more than just intimacy. It's about giving yourself permission to fully thrive and be empowered as the woman that you came here to be.
So really, we are on a mission. And we are here for women who are listening right now, who might be struggling with intimacy, confidence, and pain. We call it anorgasmia, where they cannot reach their pleasures, or menopause and atrophy and pain, or lichen sclerosis, and many other conditions that can be stopping us from sharing our intimacy with our partner. And in fact, we know that 40% approximately of women don't talk about these things to their doctors, and they are lonely. And they start to give up. Women will tell me, I'd rather watch a movie for 20 minutes than go and have intercourse, because it doesn't do anything for me. And this is what we change. So let me ask you, really, do you think, in your opinion, just small steps so they can take today and for this beautiful long journey and plan?
Yeah. Great question. So I love to offer anyone that is, invite them to start by checking in with themselves daily. So make that part of their daily practice, and it can be part of your beauty routine, is asking yourself, what's going on in my body today? How does my body feel? What does my body need? And kind of just sitting with listening to what that looks like. And if there is fear and concern and all those things are coming up, reach out to someone, reach out to a woman, like myself that you can talk to, or a medical professional that, can guide you in the right directions. But I think finding the right support is fundamental. Like going to a GP isn't going to get you this result. They'll be like, oh, I'll just take this drug. But this is, real change, lasting change. So, you don't have to choose one way or the other. I think this is about really the combination of both, because we need it all to align to really be able to fully receive and express all that you are. So it really has come back down to you and taking that time out for yourself, because it's really important.
So can you tell us how we can find you? Tell our audience.
So I'm obviously on Instagram and Facebook. Lyndel O'Brien is the only name with my spelling, so I'm easy to find. I have beautiful containers that I hold around the true transformation experience, and it is an experience as far as I'm concerned, because I merge together all of my years in beauty and my care and want to help women feel empowered and inspired in themselves, and we close the gaps that a lot of us tend to have through our limiting beliefs.
Look, Lyndel, thank you very much. And I've always been looking for these women who are leaders in other people's lives. So as I told you before, you're a good catch to talk to and to join our team and then join your team.
Yeah.
And look, thank you for sharing your perspective. It's inspiring. It's really inspiring to hear how this inside-out transformation is possible.
Yeah.
Is that a thing? Yes, it is a thing.
Yes.
So and when we address both the medical, the physical, the holistic, it's all these aspects of women's journey. We love it, we appreciate it, we respect it, we are here fully to help you. And yes, it's a thing, it's your birthright. So any final words for our listeners?
Yes. I want you to know that you are worthy of joy and pleasure and confidence at any age and any stage of your life. And don't let anybody else tell you otherwise. It is your birthright, like you said. And reclaiming that isn't selfish. It's actually, by looking after you and giving back to you, you can give back to everyone else. That saying, you can't pour from an empty cup. So if you want to feel whole again, invest in yourself, say yes to you, because from there, everything is possible.
Amazing. Look, I need to close today with a disclaimer and an advice that these experiences shared in this episode are based on individual testimonials. Treatments like the Earth Shot may not be suitable for everyone. Always consult a qualified healthcare professional before considering any medical procedure. Results may vary too. So thank you very much for joining us today. Looking forward to seeing you for our next episodes. Thank you, Lyndel.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hello and welcome. I am Dr Mike Shenouda from Sydney, Australia, and I am thrilled to introduce you to my book, Unleash the Mysteries of Female Orgasms. This book is more than just a guide. It's a recipe for unlocking the profound depths of female pleasure and sexual wellness. I have dedicated my career to empowering individuals and couples to rediscover intimacy and confidence. So whether you're looking to enrich your relationship, overcome challenges, or simply understand yourself better, this book is your guide. So what are you waiting for? It's available on my website and major retailers. Let's transform the conversation around intimacy together.